Hi, hello. Today we are going to start a new series in geography. I collected all the information from NCERT 6th standard to 12th standard, and I am giving a complete lecture what is required for the UPSC exam. So first we will see the topic latitude and longitude. It is given in the NCERT 6th standard. So here this is the globe. We know that always the globe it is tilted. You know why? Because the earth is also tilted, and the earth is tilted at 66.5 degree. So the angle of the tilt is 66.5 degree. And you know what is the shape of the earth? The earth is not actually circular. It is like a geoid shape. And you know, in the top, it will be like a flattened. And here in the side, it will be bulged. This is the shape of the earth, that is geoid, or we call it as the earth shape. Okay, the next topic is latitude. So this is earth, and here also the image shows clearly the earth is tilted. What they did is they divide the earth exactly into two equal halves, and they marked parallel lines. These lines are the imaginary lines only to indicates the place they have done this. So this one we call it as, sorry, so this is equator. So they divided earth exactly into two equal parts. This is the upper part, this is the lower part. So they marked like 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree, and then till they have marked it's 90 degree. You know, the circle, it will be 360 degree. So they divided into exactly four equal halves and it become 90 degree. So the upper part will have the 90 degree and the lower part again it will be 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree. So in the top we call this one as the North Pole. At the bottom the same we call it as the South Pole. So this is 90 degree North South Pole and this is 90 degree South Pole. And this one is, we call this as a equator. So this is very important. So what is latitude? Latitude is the parallel imaginary circular line where we have the 0 degree as the equator and 90 degree we have the North Pole, and in the bottom we have the 90 degree South Pole. So when we divide the earth exactly half, they call this one as the northern hemisphere. And the bottom they are calling it as a southern hemisphere. Okay, and now based on this latitude we have some more lines. So see here, first this one we already read, that is equator, and then what they did is on 23.5 degrees south there is one more line. Here 23.5 degree north, this is one more line, and then 66.5 degree north and then 66.5 degrees south. So this top in the northern hemisphere we call this one as a Tropic of Cancer, and in the southern we call it as the Tropic of Capricorn, and then we call here 66 degree as the Antarctic Circle, and here we call it as the Arctic Circle. Do you know why we call it as the Arctic Circle? Because here we have the Arctic Ocean and in the bottom we have the Antarctic Ocean, so it is named like that. And then the North Pole we have it, here South Pole we have it. So I will tell you why this 23 and of degree was considered as the Tropic of Cancer and why this 23 and of degree is called as the Tropic of Capricorn in the future lessons. So first we see the region in between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, they call it as the torrid zone, or sometime in the book they have referred it as a tropical zone. And then below the Arctic Circle and above the Tropic of Cancer, they call it as the northern temperate zone, and here they call it as the southern temperate zone. And Below the North Pole and above the Arctic Circle, they call it as a frigid zone. This zone is a very cold place. Okay, now I will tell you why this place is cold place. So basically, these are the three zones: torrid zone, and then they call it as a temperate zone, and then frigid zone. Okay, consider this one is the earth. So I will make one small earth, and this is the sun. What was the problem is, so the earth, the sun rays falls on the earth. So this incoming solar radiation, we call it as the insulation. Okay, so when the earth is here, the lines which is exactly perpendicular to it will receive the good amount of solar energy. So when we move away from the equator, so like in the pole, the solar energy will be very less, so they will feel very cold. So what is solar energy? So solar means it has light plus heat, that is solar energy. That's why in the polar region we feel very cold, because the sun's heat does not fall here directly, whereas in the equator and tropic of Cancer it is very cold, and temperate zone it will not be that much heavy, and even we cannot see the sun exactly above the head, whereas in the equator we can see the sun exactly over the head in all latitude at any point, at least once a year at any point of the latitude. Whereas in the temperate zone, the sun usually will not go in the above head, but the sun will be reaching there. Whereas in the frigid zone, the sun will be only in the horizon, so it will never rise up. Okay, so this place will be very cold, so we call it as a frigid zone. And this temperate region, north temperate zone and south temperate zone, it will not receive sun exactly overhead at any point of time, whereas in the equator at least once a year any part of the latitude will receive the sun exactly above the head. So these are the three zones present in the latitude part, and this one tropic of Cancer and tropic of Capricorn. About this 23° and 66°, I will explain it in the later slide. Okay, the next one is the longitude. Like how we call the parallel lines as the latitude, here the perpendicular line we call it as the longitude. So here the degree, it's marks from 0, then 10, 20, 30, like that it will go up to 180°. So this is the complete thing. So this is latitude, and this we call it as the longitude. So like how we have the naming in the latitude, we don't have any naming for the longitude except for the 0. So the 0, they will call it as the meridian, or they will call it as the prime meridian. Okay, so this is the only name they have given for the perpendicular line. And so it will be like, so we can draw it in the 2D. So this will be 0, and here 10, 20, like that 180 will go, and here also 10, 20, 30, 180 it will go. But these two 180°, they will be meeting at the same point. One more difference we have is the latitude, it's all equally placed, whereas the longitude, it will all originate from the common point, that is the North Pole and the South Pole, they all meet. So the distance between the longitude is not equal, whereas the latitude, it has the equal distance. So 0°. So where they have considered this 0°, we all hear this word GMT, Greenwich Meridian Time. So this is in London, and they have marked exactly the UK starting. It's a 0° from the 0°. So if we take the map, okay, this is Greenwich. they have taken this one. This line is the Greenwich line. So this line is the Greenwich line. Here they have considered this one. Okay, so here they will mark it as the 10, 20, 30, and it will go to 180 degree, and here it will go to 180 degree. So here to the east, usually the GMT time will be calculated GMT plus, whereas here it will be calculated as GMT minus. Here when this both the line meet, it usually fall in the Pacific Ocean. We can say the Russia and Alaska, it will be by differentiated by a line, international date line, and you can see the Bering Sea. This is in between the Russia and Alaska, and it is completely lies in the Pacific Ocean. So in this line, no people are living over this land. Okay, the next point we need to remember here is how this time is calculated. Example, what we are saying is the earth revolves around its axis and it takes 24 hours. So 24 hours, how we can say is 1440 minutes. So I'm just converting the hour into minutes, so it coming 1440. So how many degrees here? So it is completing 360 degree. So 360 degree means it will be 1440 minutes it's taking. So 1 degree 1440 divided by 360. So 1 degree it takes 4 minutes. So for every 1 degree there will be change of time of 4 minutes. So accordingly they have given GMT1 plus, GMT2 plus, 3 plus, 4 plus. What happened is at one point of a time here in the international data line, it will be a completely 1 day will be lag. So in US, when it is 24th, here it will be 23rd. So here I think they have clearly given somewhere like a Sunday. Here it will be Saturday. So here this region will be having Sunday. So it will be exactly 1 day. So this line we have the so much difference of minutes. So what they have did is they have standardized and given the time as GMT plus, and you can see the location in each area, like the based on the latitude they didn't go for the time because it will have a lot of confusion in understanding. So let us see in India. See here the latitude point is, longitude point here is 68. So here it's 68. This is longitude point. Here it is 82.5 and 97. What we said is 1 degree will vary by 4 minutes. Let's see here 97 and 68. How many degree are there difference? It's around 220. So 29 degree there is difference. So 29 degree means it's completely like 1.5 hours there will be lag, and it will be difficult for the people in one country to operate. So they have bring this standard meridian, that is GMT time they have given. In India, Indian time will be like Indian standard time, it will be IST. So this part will be having one time, this part will be having one time, this part will be having one time. In order to reduce this confusion, they went into this GMT. In India they will call it as the IST time. Usually for India the GMT time is GMT plus 5.5 hours. So when it is 12 a.m. in the London, it will be morning 5:30 a.m. in India. Okay, the IST time will be 5:30 a.m. So this is the thing we need to remember in this latitude, longitude and Greenwich meridian. Thank you.